We are back here at Music Game Club with another flute game release. This is Fantasy Flute, and this is going to be our level up flute fingering game. Pairs really, really well with Feline Fingers if you're looking for a game a bit more beginner oriented. In deck number 1, we're going to be doing a pretty similar game to Feline Fingers of do the note and the fingering match. So in this deck, we're going to see a fingering chart and a note name, and students simply need to select if those two match up or not. We're not worrying at all about the octave of the note, so we'll just be seeing that letter note name. One thing to note about Fantasy Flute is that we are using the full chromatic scale at this point, so we've got all 12 options of notes that we're working with, whereas in Feline Fingers, we're just using the C major scale. So here we've got all 12 notes. In deck number 2, students will need to select the name of the fingering that they see. We're going to have a single fingering chart shown and then 3 options of the letter name of the note. Again, not worrying about what octave it is in, just worrying about the letter name. In deck number 3, students will select all fingerings for a given note. We're going to have 6 options of fingering charts to select from, and then 1 note name, again, letter note name. We're not going to have the octave listed because we want students to select all options that fit with that note name. So for example, if we have an F sharp listed, we could have 2 different potential options, and so students will be able to select all the F sharps that they see from the fingering charts in front of them. In deck number 4, we take the level up a notch and no longer have a note name given. Instead, we're going to have just a note placed on the staff, so students will need to begin by figuring out what note they're looking at on the staff. Once a student has figured out the note that they're looking at, their next job will be to fill in a partially completed fingering chart for that note. On every card, we'll have a fingering chart that is completely filled out for the given note, but it's just missing one key to be filled in. The student's job will be to drag and drop a dot onto the key that needs to be pressed down to complete the fingering chart. We have notes from C4 all the way up to C7 chromatically, and so lots of practice to really learn the entire range of the flute. And we're not putting in any alternate fingerings here, we're just working on learning the basic set of fingerings that we'll see. If you want more flute fingering practice, definitely check out the hard copy of Fantasy Flute. This is a super fun spoons style game that really builds that fast recognition of the flute fingerings.